Hello, this is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you from beautiful Florida. And today our question comes to us from Luna Llena. And Luna Llena has a follow-up question to an earlier vlog in which we answered a question from Amanda about putting crystals in a roof under construction, or by extension, any construction project. And Luna Llena's follow-up question is whether the roofer handling the crystals to put them into the roof under construction would impact their energy and compromise Amanda's intention in having charged them. And my answer to this is that I do not think that that would be the case. An energetic charge should not be able to be disrupted that easily. So once Amanda had charged the crystals, I would not think that the act of their being placed in the roof should disrupt that energy, even if it involved quite a bit of handling. In fact, I would say that under normal circumstances, the roofer and or construction people handling the crystals really should not affect the energy at all. That is not to say that it's not possible that anything could affect it, but I would think for the construction people to affect it, there would have to be either intent or intensity, meaning that they would have to want to disrupt it or to be in an emotional state that overwhelmed the charge. And I would not consider that likely, even if they were in an intense emotional state, but I would say that it's possible. When we charge an item, we're putting a lot of our own energy into it, and it's not casually overwhelmed. Now, it can be broken. I'm not saying it can't, but not casually. Now, if your builder happened to be into metaphysics and had some reason to disrupt that charge, well then, chances are they might be able to do that. It depends on the strength of the charge. Also, you might, when charging it, want to have part of your charge be that no one else can disrupt it. And I would say that you might find that helpful. And what I would say is that if you have any question about whether the charge of the stones has been compromised by being handled by the workers, then you should reach out to try to feel the stones, which you should be able to do, and feel whether that charge remains intact. We do not have to be physically in contact with energy to feel it. That's why a psychic can do a reading for someone on the other side of the world. And it's certainly the same with objects. And so I would say, try to feel for those crystals and see if that charge is intact. And if you find that you don't feel that it is, then recharge them. Again, you don't have to be in physical contact to do that. One of the things we work with a lot in the Correllian tradition is the crystal web. The crystal web is created from thousands of buried crystals, mostly buried crystals, which are activated from a distance to interact with the web. If you can do that, you can certainly check for whether your crystals are still charged. And so that's what I would say. I would say that I would not think your charge could be casually disrupted, but if you have any question, feel for the crystals and feel if that charge is still strong, and if not, recharge them. It's something you might want to consider doing periodically anyway. So those would be my thoughts on the subject. I hope you find them helpful, and until next time, may you blessed be.
Chaos, primordial deity, goddess before creation, the original state which contains within itself the beginnings of all that is given form in the physical world, but in a dreamlike and undifferentiated state, both female and male, spiritual and physical, dark and light, all bound up together. Chaos is also called unity or union, among many other names. Chaos is both the starting point and the ending point of creation. It is the wholeness of deity from which we come and to which ultimately we shall all return, enriched by our physical experiences. Chaos is also thought of as deity at rest, between the creation and destruction of successive universes, or at the center of multiple universes.